Oh, if she's even going to destroy Caitlin Clark long term, she's going to destroy Caitlin Clark short term.
Hold up. Something is off. Caitlin Clark experienced one of her worst games ever. The entire team appeared to have forgotten how to play basketball. However, this may not be an isolated event. Fans are uncovering something unexpected, possibly unrelated to rust. This quote may be an old comment by Stephanie White herself.
Yesterday, what we seen displayed out there was a rude awakening to a bunch of fans. Stephanie White's style of coaching is not for Caitlin Clark.
Everything is finally starting to make sense. This is not the first time she has done this to a superstar. This is a must-read as it has significant implications.
Yesterday, what we seen displayed out there was a rude awakening to a bunch of fans. Stephanie White's style of coaching is not for Caitlin.
Yesterday, there was a fever on the court, and something felt strange again. However, fans were not only dissatisfied, they were finished. Most viewers said they would never watch another Fever game again. I purchased tickets for Clark, not this garbage. We are being robbed. These are real comments on the Fever's newest post. Coach Stephanie White, who initially promised structure, chemistry, and success, is at the core of the current tempest. Instead, she created confusion, stress, and sabotage. It's evident now. This is no longer Caitlin Clark's team. It is Stephanie White's system. And if you don't fit in, that's too bad. So what actually happened? Why are admirers calling her out? Stephanie White promotes an anti-Clark agenda. Let's get directly to the section that caused the explosion. Stephanie White's anti-Clark bias was not only revealed in her game preparations and post-game press conferences. She revealed herself months ago to Luka Doncic. After hearing what she stated, the Caitlin Clark scenario becomes quite clear. This is not new behavior. This represents a pattern. Let me read the actual quote for you. She said that the Mavericks play differently without Luka. He's a person with a high utilization rate. He holds the ball in his hands. When he's not on the floor, the ball moves. The colors are vibrant. Multiple participants participate in the action, with everyone stepping up. Now pause. What?
Post also includes a quote from Mavs radio announcer, lower usage rate from this year.
She referred to the player who led the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals. Luka was the league's leading scorer in 2024. You cannot make this up, she stated. Yes, the Mavericks are better without Luka. That's more than just a lousy opinion. That is basketball gibberish. It's similar to claiming that the Warriors are more dangerous without Steph Curry, or that the Nuggets should have greater ball movement without Jokic.
Come now.
The situation becomes more serious when it becomes clear that it is more than just Caitlin Clark. Stephanie White explains her perspective on basketball. This is her core philosophy.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Like, it is you can sucker punch a team once off. That's all you're going to get, though, is one off.
High usage or frequent possession of the ball can be perceived as a problem rather than a solution. She does not want a playmaker. She wants a system. If you don't fit into the system, you're out. This is why Luka wasn't safe. This is precisely why Caitlin Clark is in trouble. Clark's hasty and out-of-sync performance on the court reflects this thinking. She receives very little touches. No one is running the break with her. She's fighting for every point. This is not Caitlin's poor behavior. Caitlin is being used incorrectly. The results are readily available. The Fever is just 500. Clark's shooting numbers are decreasing. Furthermore, her influence has diminished.
Whose fault is that?
Stephanie White. She fails to recognize Clark's potential, as any competent coach would do for such a gifted athlete. Pass the ball to her and move away. Facts do not lie. See, facts do not lie. Luka's absence causes the Mavs to fall apart. Similarly, when Caitlin is benched, her fever decreases. More ball movement without stars is a myth. Unpredictability may be effective for a quarter or a game, but it is not a sustainable strategy for a championship squad. You structure it around your best player. And guess what? Caitlin Clark is that player. Despite Luka's presence, Stephanie White remained unaware. Caitlin's poor return game. If you believe this is an old Luka view, consider last night's events. Caitlin Clark experienced one of her worst games of the season upon her comeback. This wasn't just a horrible shooting night. The entire team looked terrible.
Why?
Because nothing has changed. The system, offense, and coach remain unchanged, with Luka's rationale leading to another botched game plan. I've said it before, and will say it again. In order to compete, 2 out of 3 members must be present.
Right, so that means that one of the big three's always got another big three's back. Some games, like against the Link.
In the playoffs, all 3 players must be at their peak performance. The team's superstar is being used as a bench player, causing a fever. Caitlin Clark is being treated as an afterthought in the offense. This is not just due to poor coaching. That's deliberate. Finally, everything is falling into place.
Stephanie White have an agenda. Her coaching style is influenced by her NC2A championship coach, Carolyn Peck.
When others question, why does Caitlin appear so uncomfortable? Why does it feel like the system is tearing her down? So now you know. Stephanie White's track record demonstrates consistency. She had 7 victories and 23 losses. Then, 7 victories and 24 losses. Disasters occur in succession.
Look, Peck joins White's staff at Vanderbilt. By the way, she ran everybody out of Vanderbilt.
Sounds familiar?
Yeah.
This is what is currently occurring in Indiana. Caitlin is advised to improve her performance, when in fact,
she went 14-16, 7-24, 7-23.
Sound familiar?
Stephanie White is essential to the success of basketball. For the sake of basketball, it must be her.
For the good of basketball, it has to be Stephanie White. For the good of basketball, it has to be...
Stephanie White should improve her coaching skills or reduce her coaching efforts. Clark could be putting up 25 and 12 each night. She has the potential to lead the league in assists and make impressive shots from distance. She may be the WNBA's face in both branding and production. Instead, she's being transformed into a corner shooter. She is rushing off the ball with no support in transition. She's logging empty minutes with no rhythm or control. This is not development. This is apparent sabotage. It doesn't matter if she's an excellent coach. Let us bring this full circle. Stephanie White once stated, "The Mavericks were better without Luka." She's leading an attack that improves the fever without Caitlin Clark. Do you see the pattern? This is not about Caitlin being a rookie. It's not about adjusting to the professional game. It's not about needing time. The story revolves around a coach who prioritizes a well-functioning offense over individual superstars. This is how you ruin a generational player before they can blossom. Despite knowing the facts, fans remain skeptical.
To quit watching the Indiana Fever basketball. Fans is threatening to quit going to the games. And if this was to happen...
Even if you're not a basketball analyst, you can sense what's occurring. Caitlin Clark exudes vitality. She provides spacing. She instills dread in opposing defenses as she reaches half court. But what exactly is the game plan? Bench her. Ignore her. Allow others to run the offense as if it was 1999.
To happen, I hope not. But if this was to happen, Stephanie White is to blame.
Even if you're not a basketball analyst, you can sense what's occurring. Caitlin Clark exudes vitality. She provides spacing. She instills dread in opposing defenses as she reaches half court. But what exactly is the game plan? Bench her. Ignore her. Allow others to run the offense as if it was 1999.
Way this stuff could change is if we, the fans, voice our opinions online, in videos, and make it loud enough so the front office can hear.
Obviously, this is not team basketball. This is a game of ego. Stephanie White aims to prove something, but at what cost? Her actions are not just harming Clark, but also the entire league. So I will say it again. If you're watching this system break Caitlin, if you think Steph White is pulling the squad down, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Inform the front office that the fans are paying attention. I'm contacting you here.
Okay.
I'll avoid provoking Caitlin. Subscribe to receive more WNBA news and updates. We add new videos daily to ensure you don't miss anything.